Yes, good evening. We're back with a Celtic Unrestricted view. How are we all? Sorry we're late, folks. Um, we had a wee technical difficulty there. Ryan was trying on his new double denim, and I nearly fell off my chair laughing. So I do apologise about that, folks. But a very good evening to you all, and I hope you are well. And as you can see, Mr. Andy Gray is joining me this evening. How are we, mate?
Well, I think he'd a share again, mate. The Mac Free need to come again, mate. Mate, I thought I had a go down and look good, to be fair. Just as well we can see behind closed doors before the live, mate, because I don't think that'd be a nice Thursday look for them, to be fair, mate. But no, I'm good, mate. Obviously, I like it through the night. Hearts just get beat there as well, so we've obviously got to do something doing in the Champions League now to try and salvage something back for the Scottish teams. Obviously, the team across the water did well last night, so signing talks as well. Hopefully, one or two in. Hopefully, by my Brenda's podcast. Who knows? Big derby weekend at the weekend, mate. So plenty to get through, mate. Ready to go. Had a plenty of caffeine, mate, getting me through to the end of the show, mate. So all in all, mate, all good. How are you?
I'm absolutely fine and dandy, mate. Still got a wee bit of a sore throat. I wasn't feeling the best today, I'll be honest. And then I saw that Champions League draw, and I felt even worse. No, I'm only kidding on him. I'm actually quite optimistic, mate, for the first time in a long time. I'm very happy with the way things have worked out for us. I really am, and yeah, I'm looking forward to tonight, mate. Obviously, a few topics to get through, as you said. But as we always do, mate, we will come first of all to the commenters, the people tuning in with us this evening. First up, we've got Ange M on the YouTube. Evening, folks. Good evening, Ange. Hope you're well, pal. Francis Lester, evening all. Good evening, Francis. Hope you're well, mate. Cheers for tuning in. Plunge is joining us. Said, good evening, boys. Good draw. Celtic are 5-1 to go out the group. Just in case you're a betting man there, Plunge giving you the odds right away. And 5-1 is a familiar scoreline, that 5-1. I've seen that for a few times, Ryan, haven't we? It's quite interesting that Plunge has decided to pick that number. And Kevin Ferrier joining us also. Says, evening, guys. Here, well, I think that's not a bad draw. No, it's not, Kevin. It could have been a hell of a lot worse if you look at Newcastle's group, mate. And for everybody else that's joining tonight, very warm welcome. And hope you're all well as well. I know the weather's about to turn. We're about to hit into autumn now, so we have... we're probably going to see people taking colds and little bits of viruses here and there, mate. Ryan, I think we'll get right to it, mate. But before we do, I'm going to make this wee announcement and probably surprise everybody that's here tonight, because I normally do this at the end. But this evening, I've decided I'm going to do it now and get it undone with. For anybody tuning in for the first time, guys, you'll all know now that this, or you won't know, but you'll know now, but this podcast is now sponsored by AB Entertainment. And the AB Entertainment, it stands for Alec Beveridge. This company is a DJ company. Mr. Alec Beveridge's DJ company. And as I say, the number to get Alec on is 07845 746 092. I think I phone him that often, Ryan. I know that number off by heart now, mate. So it's, as I said, 07845 746 092. As I said, he's a DJ business, folks, so anybody at all looking for any entertainment hire, please look no further than Alec himself. What I would say is, I've said it already, his diary is starting to fill, folks. He's now taking his Christmas bookings. So you need to contact him ASAP. Probably the best way to do it, guys and gals, is through WhatsApp. He is on Facebook and he is on Instagram also. But I would say the best way to contact him is send him a WhatsApp message, and then obviously Alec can obviously then respond to you. And he will do, Ryan, because as we know, mate, he's a very good guy.
Aye, like you says, but he's not just a good guy and a Celtic fan, but he has got a good business, mate. Like you says, he does liquidation parties, he does League One playoff winning parties, he does double denim parties, but most importantly, he does do special birthdays. Anything really, I think anything that you require, I think he'll come to some sort of arrangement to get you sorted, have a good night, and kind of a memory as well in your life, mate. So, all in all, mate, like you say, he's a cracking business. He is filling up. We've seen his diary. His diary's getting fully booked, so he is a popular man. He is in demand. So, if you are looking for entertainment purposes, look no further than Alec. And like you say, mate, we're phoning one off now. I think it's just Alex Bev on contact, speed dial, mate. So we're getting to that stage now, mate. I think you've got to take bookings off us soon for phoning them, mate. So no, he's a cracking guy, mate. Cracking guy, and he's one of us, mate. And that's the main thing.
I'm actually surprised he's that much a chancer. Sometimes I'm actually surprised he's started trying to take money off us for phoning him. And kidding on, it's for his phone bill.
So that's still game, isn't it? Just put in a wee, what's that thing again?
Pay for your call, it helps to keep the bill small. That's you go to Bev's house, he's like that. That's an interesting thing you've got there. Where would you get a thing like that? And he's like, Mary Hill Shopping Centre. Oh, brilliant.
Right, Ryan, a pound in the meter, son. Right, all right, no bother. No bother.
No. Guys, I don't know if quite a lot of you are aware. I know some of you aren't on social media. Just now, I have put in the comment section of here, the Celtic Unrestricted View have been invited to host an event, and it's an afternoon event on the 9th of September. And we have a very special guest joining us on the day, and a Mr. Chris Sutton, ex-Celtic striker, and obviously very well-respected man among the Celtic fans. Probably some would say he's a legend, Ryan. But yeah, we have been invited to do so, guys. The link to buy your tickets is in the comment section just now. If you just click on the link, it'll take you in, and it's obviously self-explanatory. You just go through the link, and it tells you how to buy your tickets and purchase your tickets there. It is on the Saturday, the 9th of September. It's in Barry 1888, guys, and of the London Road, basically. It's the old Turnstiles bar. So, as I said, the link's in the comment section here. If you want to buy your tickets, folks, please do so on the link. It's probably an afternoon, guys and girls, not to be missed if you can get along to it. I don't know about you, Ryan, but I'm absolutely buzzing with the fact that, and I'm obviously honoured as well, mate, the fact that we've been invited to come along. And there's a man himself, the man of the conversation a moment ago, Mr. Alec Beveridge. Evening, boys and girls. Hope you're all well. Same to yourself, mate. I know you've had a busy day today, mate, so hope everything's okay, and I hope you're okay as well, mate. But as I said, guys, if you want to come along and see Big Sutton, and then obviously Sutton's not the main event that day, obviously we'll be there also. So he's wanted to see a couple of legends sitting, allowing Chris Sutton to spend the afternoon with us, and please get along and do so. And obviously afterwards, you've got Alan and Pat to represent the band Shebeen. Will be performing as well from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock at night. But our chat with Chris Sutton is going to run from 12:30 till about 4:30. Now, I know on here, Ryan, we feel that we could talk for a lifetime, mate. And, we don't want to come away sometimes. But I think it's going to be very hard to peel us off the chairs that day, mate.
Yeah, like you say, mate, it's a fantastic honour to host live events, mate, but not just any live event, mate. You're dealing with what I call one of the best front three that's been at Celtic, i.e. Chris Sutton. Fantastic player, mate. I still don't think we realise how good he was, especially a part of the front three of Hartson and the big man himself. He's still in terms of my opinion, he's still a great ambassador for Scottish football and Celtic.
Yep.
He always talks about Celtic very well, even when Celtic maybe don't perform well. He's very honest, mate, and I like that. So he's a great pundit. He was a fantastic footballer. And it just shows you, mate, that if you're good with Celtic as you go along in the later years, you'll always be respected and always, like these sort of events, speakers' nights and stuff like that, you'd always well sought after, mate. So it's a fantastic guest to have, mate. And like me and you says, mate, we can, even Ben Allen's on as well, we can talk, even Bev, we can talk all day, mate, but if you're sitting in front of a guy like that, you can't really get sick of asking questions, mate. There's so much you can get involved with asking footballers, mate. It's the same me and you on here, talking to guests, and there's with me and you, there's only so much we could talk at a certain time.
Yep.
But when you go and talk to some of these guys, you can sit for 3 years, mate, on a podcast and they bother. But obviously, 3 years talking, it's a podcast. Eventually, people go, right, okay, I'm going to make a tea or I'm going to do something. So, but no, you can talk to footballers for a long time, mate. There's so much to talk about in terms of not just Celtic, but in general, chit-chat with footballers, mate. So it's massive, mate, and it's definitely an event not to miss.
No, definitely, no, mate. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm no Chris Boyd, mate. I'm not just sit there and let Big Sutton say what he's going to say. I will answer a big man. You know what I mean? I will have a microphone as well as he will. So, no, I'm only joking. Listen, I cannot wait. Not only just to meet Chris himself, but obviously, Ryan, to spend an afternoon with him as well, mate. I think we are so privileged, mate, to be in this position. And talk about asking questions, mate. I've just put this comment up from Anthony Fagan. And he said, it's a brilliant group, she's been, but more so, talk about asking questions. I would like to know how long Anthony's barber took to do that barnet for him, man. That is exceptional. I really would. So if you can let us know, Anthony, in another comment, mate, that would be grand. That is one of the best barnets I've seen, probably, for doing this podcast, because the guys we normally get on here, just... it's nowhere near it. Honestly, that Barnett photo has took this podcast to a new level just on its own. Honestly, honestly, Anthony, thank you very much. Well, here we go. Right, so the first topic we are obviously going to kick us off with is what's on everybody's minds at the moment, and before you know it, no, it's no. Before he's all asked me, no, it's not about what I had for my dinner. Unfortunately, he's only going to get to know that tonight. It's thanks, Anthony. Thanks for clearing that up, mate. You've just totally deflated me, man. Totally deflated me. I'm only kidding, mate. I knew it was a wig. Honestly, I didn't think for a minute you sat in a barber's chair, and that's what they. Obviously, when I get paid, if that was me, mate. Honestly, but it's a great wig. Honestly, superb. Anthony's obviously up for a bit of banter, Ryan, as we can see, mate. So happy days. Right, so the first topic, as I said earlier on, folks, is this one here. What I talk about, Ryan's double dynamite? No, I'm only kidding. I'm only joking. It's definitely not the first topic of the night, guys. Behave yourselves. I've got a few people must have got all hot and bothered with that there. So I'll maybe leave that one to the end, and you can explain us through that.
I would just leave that to the half-10 show, mate. That's when that'll get
okay. Out. So here we go. First one up, Champions League draw results. For anyone who maybe isn't aware at all of Celtic's Champions League draw, I'd imagine the majority of you are, but I'll put this up for the ones who maybe aren't privileged enough to maybe have been working late or whatever and not seen it. Here we are. So as you can see, Celtic were drawn in Group E today, excuse me, with Feyenoord, Atletico Madrid and Lazio. Ryan, I'll just come straight to it, mate. What's your immediate thoughts?
Obviously, every group's hard, mate. That's why you're in the Champions League. Not any group is easy. Not any. Well, there is groups that are what we would call what we've been in before, a group of deaths, which is very hard for certain teams to get out of. Maybe I yourselves, but sometimes you do get some groups that can be failable, but still they will be hard to still get out. I would say that it's one off, if not the most favourable group we could have got. I think we could have got a lot worse, mate. But finally, they're still the Dutch champions. Athletic Madrid are still a big team to fear. And Lazio are still a good team to fear, mate, as well. They've still got, I know we beat them the last in the Europa League, but they've still got very good players, mate. You go through like Lazio, they've still got Immobile, they've got Anderson as well. For Madrid, there's Griezmann, they've got Depay now, they've still got, I think you've still got Morata as well, I think he's still there. They've got Rodrigo de Paul in the middle of the park, so I think they've still got Saul in the middle of the park as well. So
I tell you what, sorry to cut in there, mate. I'm really impressed with your pronunciation tonight, mate. Of your foreign players, man. You're doing really, really well there.
That's why.
You've been watching my DVDs.
No, you actually sit double denim, mate. It gives you inspiration to get it out there. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
But I think we've all got to be realistic here. I know it's a good group, and it's you might be a bit more positive to get into this because in the past we've had groups where thought, right, that's hard. We'll maybe pick up a point or two away from home and just try and get some points at home. We kind of thought, let's be fair, the group last year was okay. Madrid was always going to be hard, but we kind of thought, when we should have thought, obviously by looking at the games now, we should have picked up more points, but we thought that group was doable to finish third or second. No, maybe second, but at least finish third, and we didn't. So I would try and just tell fans just to not get too overhyped about this draw. Don't get yourself, we're going to do this and do that. Because take away the actual facts is, guys and girls, our away record is shocking. So I wouldn't be positive about going away from home, and I would just try and go in and go right.
Well,
okay.
here's a counter argument to you straight away from Sean the Mac, mate. He says no defeatist. And he says, we can top that group.
Obviously, Sean, listen, mate, I'd love to be as positive as you about topping a group in Europe. My first thoughts right away was I think Madrid, they could potentially be the ones at top of the group. This is just me thinking as soon as the draw's made, my initial reaction. To go to Spain and win, I think it'd be a very, very hard task, to be fair. I think away from home, try and get some points, but I know at home it's essential that we try and pick up a few wins.
Kevin knows your secrets, by the way.
He's got all these on the paper. It's essential that we try and make Celtic Park, I don't want to say a fortress, but we need to try and get Celtic Park back to a place where teams come to fear, because the last few years, teams have no fear coming here, because I've been winning quite easily. Maybe I know certain games we've won, Lazio we've done well in, but these bigger teams don't really fear come to Celtic Park. But under, even with Stratton, we've had some scalps, and Lennon had some scalps, so teams used to come to Celtic Park and the crowd. But see now, sometimes I think some of these teams love coming to Celtic Park because of the crowd. They love coming here. I wouldn't call Celtic Park an hostile atmosphere. I would call it a good atmosphere to come to. For some of these big teams, but you've got to look at the positives. It's not the worst of groups, and it is a group that I would want us to do well in, especially better than last year.
Do you think it's the best group we've had for a while?
On paper, mate, I would say so. I think, listen, don't beat the bush. Don't beat about the bush. I think Madrid are still a top team. They're still in the top four.
That's something you don't do, mate. We know that already, mate. I've watched your show a few times, mate. We know something you don't do.
I don't beat about the bush, but I'll keep that to 10:30. No, I think.
And we're not talking about Kate Bush here.
Aye, tell me Kate Bush. No, you can't take away the quality that Madrid have got. They don't concede a lot of goals. Simeone is very good in terms of defensive wise, but you've got Depay, I'm sure Morata's still there, and Griezmann. That's a very good front three for anybody in Europe, not just Celtic. So Listen, you've got to go into every game thinking, JP, that you're going to go and win the game, and you've got to be
Absolutely.
positive. You've got to be positive, but you've also got to be realistic. And away, I know we beat Lazio before, but that was the Europa League. I get that.
Recently as well. Not even.
Yeah, no, I get it. No, I totally get it. But the Champions League, we've not been very good home and away recently, so we need to get better in that sense. I think Madrid, listen, they're still a top team, but they're not one of the better. That sounds daft, but they're not like your Real Madrids or PSGs or somebody that right away you're expecting, let's be fair, 4 or 5-0 at home, even at home. So you've got a chance against JP, but you've got to be realistic in saying that out of the three, I think the hardest game will be for Madrid. I think that would be the hardest game that to get anything out of. I think as well, I know Sean, as much as I think he's better tactically, Sean, I do. But he went to Barcelona and PSG with 2 winners. You can't do that this time. You can't go to Madrid with 2 winners in time for attacking football because we'll get absolutely trounced. That's no me. That's us telling the truth here. If we go to Madrid,
has he got a step up in class in terms of wingers this time, Ryan?
I don't know if it has right now. I don't know. I don't know. We don't know yet what Palmer's like.
It looks a belter.
But we had Scott Sinclair, we had Patrick Roberts, we had Forrest at his peak. I can't remember who else we had out wide. So they three at their peak are probably better than the guys who go to now.
Well, that was the interesting comment, wasn't it, the other day? Because I heard Big Charlie Mulgrew make that comment about, when Brendan Rodgers was here the last time, he was allowed to sign, like Scott Sinclair.
Mm-hmm.
And right away, the guy, we've spoke about it, mate, he's probably made the quickest impact in a Celtic team in the last 20 years. Just signing me, scoring at Tynecastle straight away, and then he kicked on, I think, scored in 6-7 games in a row or whatever it was.
I think you would need to, you've got to aim for third place. Just that's what me and you spoke about, even pre-season and stuff like that.
You better highlight what you're talking about, Ernst. You're not talking about the league here, you're talking about Champions League.
No, I'm talking about the Champions League because the league's, don't worry, the league's finished. I'm not kidding. So the Champions League, you've got to be at least want to be in after Christmas. So if that means finishing third and getting Europa League and trying to get winning that, then listen, I'm fine with that. But we need to stay in Europe if we can. See, as long as we improve on last year and at least try and finish third, then it will be good, mate. But I'm just going to go in here and just try and do our best, mate. I'm not going to have any aspirations. We're going to do this, we're going to do that, or it's doable, it's not doable. I'm just going to go into every game and just hope for the best, but just hope we get a good performance and see how we go. I don't know what you feel, JP, but I still feel that I don't want fans to think, oh, we're going to do this or it's doable. It's that. Obviously, listen, I'm not going to tell them what to think, mate. We all want to be positive. We've all got any opinions on certain teams, but I'm just, our away record's got to change somehow. And I'm hoping that this is maybe the group that maybe potentially can get us back on the whipping boys of groups and no getting thought of as just an afterthought. Celtic finish fourth. They can't compete. So hopefully this is maybe a group where we can at least finish third and put a bit of Champions League or something into Celtic. And I think third place is progress. And I think for me, JP, that's the aim. Anything better than third place is a bonus. But if we finish bottom with maybe 1 or 2 points again, then I don't think the fans will be happy. And then again, there'll be questions to the board and everything else. So we don't want that. We don't want any negativity towards us, mate, going into the season as well. So I think just, I don't know what you feel, mate. I'll let you back in, I know I've done a wee bit there, but I think third place, mate, would me anyway, I think third place would be the
aim. How do I follow that, folks? For anybody just tuning in, by the way, this is why we call him Andy Gray, because he just loves to, he just goes on. That's it. See the time I've sat here listening to him, I could have went and made myself a nice wee cuppa and a nice wee, maybe a 2-course dinner there, and still came back to catch the rest of what he was saying. But
see while you're there, I like it medium well done, mate, right?
Is that your tea?
Aye. And remember, it's skin on fries.
Aye, okay? Skin on fries.
Aye, cheers. Thanks. Thanks a lot, mate. No too hard
Aye.
and no too soft. That, do you
So
know what I
last time you had a fish filter, didn't it? You back the chip with it. Like, here then, that fish been cooked. He's like,
mean?
aye, how? They just started eating all my chips.
Aye. Where'd you get that salmon for the Clyde, mate? Aye.
Aye. Aye. Got me a chicken supper, man. The chicken started walking off the paper.
Just fresh off the farm.
Aye. Aye. Near up, Biggie. Felt like Rocky running down Sucky Hall Street trying to chase a chicken.
What does it mean, double dead? I'm chasing a chicken.
Shouting, I'm at drunk and I'm shouting angry after it. See when I get you, I'm going to choke you. Guys shouting, you can't choke a chicken, mate, not in public.
Aye, you don't want to do that, mate. No chance.
No, as I say, aye, listen, the Champions League draw, I'm going to put it up again, Ryan, just so we can relate to it again. Champions League draw, Celtic Feyenoord, Atletico Madrid and Lazio. Some mouth-watering ties there again, really. I seen a comment earlier, I think it was from JP. You can't do that because you're in a wee closet for a 2 hour get out. Aye. Banging on a cupboard door and the neighbours are asking who's that playing the drums next door. Becomes a competition. I name that tune. It's me trying to come out of the closet.
That's me.
I've been trying for years, but I keep getting told not to bother.
That's me. A Sav Sunday at 3 o'clock. One more tune. One more tune.
But no. So I've looked at that again there, and like I says, mate, some mouth-watering ties really. You've got like the Atletico Madrid tie. That's the one that's probably the biggest tie out of the lot, really. I really think that the way they set up is very hard to. They're very hard to break down under Diego Simeone. I think they're a very dirty team. I know. I'm sure they was it Man City. That big boy Godin grabbing his hair, Grealish and stuff, and they're a very, very dirty side. I know the way they, some of the tactics the way they use it, and but obviously they're a very experienced team. I mean, a couple of times are finalists, and this just the last 10, 15 year. A very experienced side, lost in a couple of finals, albeit to Real Madrid. But no, they're always there or thereabouts to compete. I know last season probably wasn't the best for them. They lost to Club Brugge and other teams of that sort of ilk. But again, Club Brugge are a teammate that's built their way into the Champions League through some time. And obviously getting to the Champions League, the riches of that allows you then to invest in your squad and again, bring the development in from your academies, and they're obviously under the management now of Ronnie Delia, Club Brugge. So again, they are a very good side. I don't think they're in the Champions League this season though. I don't think they made it. I'm sure they're in the Europa Conference.
One of the two, mate.
Yep.
It's one of the two.
Yeah. So it's the first time I think. By the way, before I say anything, that's not Ronnie Delia's fault. They were there before he took over. He obviously took over at a point where they weren't doing so well in the league. Because my understanding is that's why you get these jobs. He was doing well elsewhere, and they've then asked for him to come in because their manager was moving on to pastures new. So again, Club Brugge, they built that over a number of years being in the Champions League. So beating Atletico Madrid wasn't a shock to me, because when you see some of the players they've got, the boy Van Aken, superb. The boy Buchanan, the Canadian lad, superb again. They had the boy Noah Lang as well, who's now moved on to PSV. So they did have some really, really good players. But Lazio, I seen their game for the weekend. They lost 1-0 to Genoa at home. So I think they're going through a bit of a spell at the moment where they're not playing some great football. A bit like ourselves. The football's probably not the best, but I seen a comment earlier, and it's only inevitable that we will improve. Obviously, we have made reinforcements. We'll come to them, and we're still making reinforcements as we speak before the transfer window shuts tomorrow night at midnight. So there has been business done, and in my opinion, this is just my opinion. Everybody's got one. I think we've brought in some real quality in order to help the side, some really good experience to help the side, and I'm quite so what I'm looking for, quite optimistic. Yeah,
Optimistic.
quite optimistic and
See,
anxious
mate,
to see what
that's
this
how
is going to
much me
bring.
and you are
Aye,
so in
that's
tune. I
it,
was
mate.
about to say the
That's it.
same thing
Oh,
there.
I know, mate. That's it. We're the Ant Decker of the podcast game now, mate. That's it. That's it. That's it cemented just now, just for that moment there. We've just had unbelievable. But no, as I said, it's a very good group, mate. I think there's a good chance for us to win. We could win my 3 home games. Again, mate, we've got a team that, unfortunately for us, we need to perform really well in every one of the games we play. So in the 6 group games, we're going to have to play to our max to
Yep.
burn me a shout at anything at all. Again, in my opinion, we are still light in terms of quality level for that level. Again, I don't know what some of these boys are going to bring. The boy Palmer, again, I've heard really good things about him. He's a dead ball specialist as well. I think looking at his free kicks, and it's something we've missed. Looking at his corners, his accuracy. He's even scored for a couple of corners as well, just for catching goalkeepers off guard. To even have the audacity to try something like that, mate, takes a lot of big balls. So I really do think that, we've got something good there. Nat Phillips, a great signing for us today. But like I said, we'll come to them again and further a wee bit more depth in a couple of minutes. But I'm looking forward to the Champions League, Ryan. I really am. I know people are saying, we're not a Champions League side. Listen, you've got to deal with it. We're there. We won the league. And that's the reward for winning your domestic league. Because you've as well, if those people have got that mindset, then we're as well just saying, look, we're not bother winning the league.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because we're not good enough to play in the Champions League. That's not how it works. That's not the way it works. The reward is winning your league gets you into the Champions League. That's the reward. And in my opinion, I think we should be in the Champions League if we win the league every season. And I know that's obviously something that's going to happen now, but it should have been happening for years. It really should. You look at all the, having to play 2, 3 qualifiers, like nonsense, absolute nonsense. I know the criteria has changed and it will change again next season. Again, that's mouthwatering in itself, mate. A big push, even your bread and butter there to win the league again, because next season you're looking at that and you're going, right, the group changes again, so you're playing 8 games instead of 6. It's more money, more TV money. Obviously, we're getting more money now because the team across the water last night failed dramatically, very, very poorly. And I've said before, mate, Champions League's not for everybody. It's unfortunately that's the way of the world, mate. It's not for everybody. So, but no, I'm delighted we're there, mate. Really happy with that draw. I think I seen a comment earlier. I think it was a guy, Jamie, commented, and he says it's probably the best group for the Strachan area. I would agree with that. I think it's a more favourable draw. You look at some of the, Corville's on here tonight asking us and pleading with us, saying he'll give us the Bravka, and he's assured. I don't know how he must know Eddie Howe real well, to even assure us of those deals first and foremost. I would be interested to see what else he can get us from Newcastle if that's the pool he's got already. Just try to agree a group swap, but unfortunately, he'll have to play in a group he's got Corville, and that's it, mate. But I definitely wish Corville that he's won the pot for, and I wish we were able to get his, because
I want to get Newcastle.
no, I would have,
chance.
because it would have been nice. It would have been nice to show Mr. Howe what he was missing
Yeah.
in terms of don't turn us down, Eddie. Well, you turned us down, but here's what you could, one of the Jim Bowen moments. Here's what you could have had, Ryan.
No, I think what you're saying spot on, mate. There's still you've still got to obviously be respectful in terms of Feyenoord won the the Dutch League. Lazio have done okay in the Italian League last season. That's why they're in the Champions League. So you can't underestimate anybody in the Champions League because they've been there and they've got there. So
Yeah.
And what you've said as well, see playing these qualifiers and stuff. She's been in the Champions League and not having to play qualifiers. It should be making your season obviously a bit better as well. And you're guaranteed the pot of gold. And it's good to get in these games, mate. As much as we don't want to get trounced or no perform well, see, just getting there financially for the club on the outset, it's a massive bonus. And like I say to you, it means we might not need to sell a big player. If we keep qualifying every season, and the coefficient keeps going well, and we keep every time we win the league, we keep having to get in the group stages, we might not need to sell a player if we really don't need to, because that money, £25-30 million, plus your TV money, plus the sales of the packages, etc., that kind of covers you for at least a season. So you might not need to go and sell a player for another 2 or 3 years if you don't want to, unless there's a ridiculous offer. I think it's one of the best draws we could have got, but again, every game's hard, mate. Every group's going to be hard. I think, just my own perspective, people may think I'm a wee bit negative Nancy. Away from home, I would just try and pick up what you can.
No, I'm not. I'm laughing at your negative Nancy.
No.
If we weren't on here, mate, I'd have called you something else, must be.
No, I think away from home with Celtic right now, we've not been the best in Europe, mate, especially in Champions League. On the paper, because of what I've done last season.
I think this is very harsh to say this. I don't know about you, mate. It's
no, I've seen it.
It's about what we're chatting about. I think that is very, very harsh.
They're better than us, I would say.
You look at Feyenoord. Feyenoord are the Dutch champions. They beat Ajax and that PSV Eindhoven side that demolished them last night. They beat them in the league last season. And their manager was that big and sought after that Tottenham tried to get him before they went for Big Ange.
I don't think we can say anybody's one of the best because your European record stinks. So we've not got a good European record. I don't think we've won a qualifying game in terms of a qualifying the Champions League for a long time.
Yeah.
In terms of not a qualifier, what do you call it?
European away fixture.
No,
a knockout round.
A knockout round, that's it.
Yeah.
So we can't really say too much because these teams are winning them quite a lot. So I'm excited with JP because it's something that I think that we could do well in. But again, it's whether we're good enough, and I think we'll be able to tell that. Maybe after the first game or two, I think see if you get a good solid, obviously depends on, let's be fair, man, no luck up there. If we did the first game away from home and then you might go and get beat there and it puts you in a downer, which I hope no. I hope it is maybe fine.
When's your fixtures? It's Saturday, isn't it?
Saturday. I think, just me personally, it'd be good to get a home tie first and then go for there.
We had that last year, didn't we?
Try and get a victory. Try and get a victory at home, and then it gives you a bit of confidence into the rest of the group. Just personally, JP, I'm going to show every team respect because we have not done the best in Europe, so I don't think we can say we're going to do this or do that. We can maybe say it's doable, and I hope we can do things. But I've kind of learned my lesson, maybe for last year, because I kind of thought that we would maybe finish third and we would maybe beat Leipzig and Shakhtar, and maybe me thinking back now, I was probably a wee bit silly because they're still. Shakhtar might not be the best of teams, but they've been there and done it, and they've experienced. And I want to get back to what you were saying about Athletic Madrid. I would, as much as it's frustrating and it is quite dirty, and it is, I would like to call it experience. I would call it proven experience, quality. They know how to win games at the top level. They've got full experienced players, international players, World Cup winning players. Probably, I think Rio De Paul he played for Argentina. Is that right? So they've got a full international players, quality players, been there and done it. Like you say, Simeone sets him up tactically very well. He's a very good manager. How he's still red and he's not actually got. I know it's a top job, but the fact that he's still red and he's still got the drive to make them better, it says more about him as well. So all in all, mate, about the group, mate, it is a decent group for us, but I just hope that we can do something. And I don't want us to be the whipping boys, mate. But obviously the signings, mate. Boy Phillips, I think it's a decent deal. He's experienced. I can see why maybe some fans are thinking, "Oh, a loan deal. Why we not getting buyed?" Listen, I get it. I think he's only 26. He's played with Stuttgart. He's played with Liverpool in the Champions League. He's won the Champions League with them. Albeit I don't think he played, but he's still won. He's still part of that squad through the campaign. Still playing. He played in the quarter final. He plays a few group stage games as well. So he's played at that level. He's maybe 5th or 6th choice at Liverpool. He covers Van Dijk and Matip and Gomez when they're playing. So, in my opinion, again, I don't want to big a guy up too much, but if you're able to come in and play with Van Dijk and Gomez and Matip, when you're able to be in that squad, I think you should be able to come up here and do very well in Scotland. Again, that's no offence to Scottish football, but when you're playing with one of the best clubs in the world, and one of the best clubs in Europe, and the English Premier League, you should be able to come up and do well in Scotland. And I say should because I'm not going to come up and say show it, because I said that about Shane Duffy, and unfortunately, due to personal reasons and everything that went on that season, it didn't happen. Shane Duffy's still not a bad defender. It's just one of these things. We all know what happened that season, and nobody really played well, so we can't really criticise one person alone. I think it's a good signing for JP. Very good cover. It's not just cover. He's a guy that could challenge and probably will challenge Vickers, Nerowski when he's fit. Lagerbielke, sorry. And you've got Kobayashi and Scales as well sitting there to come in just in case we do get more injuries. So obviously we all know they two aren't great, but it's just in case we do need cover. I think good signing, mate. I've no qualms about it whatsoever. The boy Palmer signed. Again, when I spoke to Janice, I got a good feel about him. Defensive, maybe might need to work on, but I think he said Rodgers will maybe help him with that. But as long as he's scoring goals and assisting goals, you can give or take a bit of defensive work, because that's what your left back set to do is defence. So he's only to give him a helping hand and work his arse off. So he's work his bum off. So I think for me, JP, I'm looking forward to him. Like he says, he's a dead free kick specialist. Good at deliveries, his corners and stuff. So he could be a very good signing. I don't think he's going to be a guy to sit on the bench. I think he's coming to challenge Abada and Maeda. And Yang as well. So you've maybe 4 wingers there. We're talking about Haskell that's going to Stoke or Palk. I think ever since we spoke about it the other night, as soon as you put up that photo, it was gone. There was no coming back for that. You can't undermine the club, undermine the fans. You can't do that no matter who you are. You could have been Kyogo, and if you've done that, sorry, but you're off. That's just, you can't do that. And there's talk about, I think it's Paulo Bernardo from Portugal. I think he's a centre mid midfielder. Attacking. Again, I can't say too much on him. I've seen tiny clips of him. It looks like it could be a potential. I think his medical's been done. Apparently, he was coming to travel tonight.
I think he's here.
I think it's with a potential deal at the end of the season, a buy. So don't know if it's an obligation to buy, or it's if you like him, you can take him. So all in all, mate, come for Benfica. We go Jota for Benfica. Jota wasn't an unknown, but he wasn't the guy that's left Celtic. So Benfica have got a good youth academy, they've got a good B team, they've got a good first team. So he's coming for a good background. I'm hoping, I know we've just seen before we come on air, there's I don't know if it's just an agent talk, but there's apparently Ryan Bertrand's been offered to Celtic.
Yeah.
I know people are going to talk about his age and stuff, but he's a very experienced guy. I know he's just left Leicester recently. He's a free agent. People might say he's a free agent now. Why is he not signed up? We don't know that. But for me, Ryan Bertrand wouldn't be the worst. I know we laugh and joke about Bard and got the Rangers again, the team across the water. But that was because he's played for them and signed for them, and he got released because he wasn't good enough. And then he's come back. For me, tells you it's not a great deal. I can see why fans wouldn't want to take Bertrand if he comes to IP. I totally get it, because his age, free agent, very, very underwhelming. But if it's for a season, mate, even 6 months to help us to January and cover, then so be it, mate. But I'd rather buy a left back who's quality, mate. But are we going to get a quality left back between now and Friday night? I don't know. If you're going to be greedy, JP, you want a goalkeeper, a striker, a left back, but I think
The goalkeeper's not happening, mate. You're not
I
getting
can't see it now, but I forget the guys that have signed, apparently signed, and maybe a left back in, mate. Possibly maybe a striker. I think a bit more positive, mate, going into the season.
I don't know. You've covered every bit of transfer business for us, mate. You still had your yellow tie on there like Jim White. I don't even need to. What am I supposed to say now? Not very often I'm lost for words, by the way, but all I can say is just thank God I'm on the morrow myself, by the way. I can assure you that.
Don't ask me a question then.
I only asked you one, mate. You just went right off on a tangent there. But okay. I'll do my best.
I'll go make a tea now, right? Well, you going to.
I see a comment here about Palmer, and apparently somebody saying he's got gold teeth. He's not got gold teeth. He's got braces. It looks like he's got gold teeth because of the way the light shining on top of his mouth in that photograph. He's wearing braces, and it's the ones that. Remember, you were at school, Ryan, and people used to say you've got train tracks. It's the kind of braces on his teeth. So he's not got gold teeth. He's not like Haksabanovic. Definitely no, but aye. There you go, that. Kevin's just wondering, mate, was I on mute or no? No, just your Andy Gray again, mate. Want to, just obviously him wanting to steal the show as per. Thinks I'm Richard Keys. He thinks I'm just going to sit here and take it off him. It's not happening.
Just keep that for the 10 show, mate.
Ryan will be, football monitoring boards just tell me to know that Ryan will be receiving a verbal warning for his conduct tonight after we finish. So, just letting you all know now. In case you wonder where Ryan is tomorrow when he's not on with me.
To be fair, by the way, JP does watch a lot of crime documentaries, so if I go miss, you know what's happened to me.
I put him on one of the editors that do the crime documentaries. I've got a guy. I know a guy, lads. I know a guy.
So if you see JP in Taggart next week, you know what's happening.
Aye. Aye, Francis, no, you're totally right here. Boys are telling you now to take a breather, mate. Must be bad, mate, if you're getting comments in. Come on, it must be. Come on. I thought it was just me sitting here like that, right? Okay.
You're supposed to say thanks, Ryan. That was very well for knowledge, but all right, okay.
No, it was good. It was interesting. It was interesting, but I feel like that one was still game, I know, when Winston's like, hey, thanks for that, I didn't ask you.
I had plenty.
Thanks for that, I didn't ask you. But, you nearly took us up to 8 o'clock there, 9 o'clock there, so it's not bad. You done well. I thought you were continuing, you would have kept going, but you can have let me down a wee bit there. Right, there we go. You've been talking that long now, you've put me right off thought. Aye. There you go, Kevin's told you, mate. That was a good wee bit of knowledge. There we go.
Cheers, Kev. I can always count you, make me feel good, mate. Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Well, Bev, to be fair with you, mate, Corvo seems to have a big pull, mate. He's offered us the Brav car and Lascelles. So the pull he must have, I'd imagine he'll get you down to St James's Park for, surely, I mean, obviously he must know Eddie Howe, mate. Surely you're talking VIP treatment and all that there, mate. So go on to Corvo and chat him on, big man.
Corvo, if you like pulls, mate, 10:30, join us at 10:30.
Just, aye. Butter yourself a couple of rolls, Corvo, before the show, mate. Butter yourself a couple of rolls, mate. That's all I can say.
And the rolls, mate.
Whatever you do, mate, don't put jam on it.
Aye, so it's all sticky with jam rolls, isn't it?
Aye. You ever had your jam roll, by the way? It's really sticky.
Oh, man.
I saw one of my mates, years ago, went into Morrison's, and he's not the counter now how they do like all that reduced meat and stuff. It's obviously night time. And there's a bird behind the counter. He goes like that to her. He says, here, hey. She's like, aye, pal, how can I help you? As much as it for a ham shank. Right away, we all started howling. And I says, what did she say to you? Much as if you're no a ham shank.
Come in the back and I'll tell you.
Aye, my break's in 10 minutes. You want to hang about? Honest to God.
Brilliant.
Right, back to football. Aye, so new signings obviously cemented in and they're in the door. Nat Phillips, we'll come to him first. That's unbelievable. That's just my opinion. Again, don't forget, folks, he's won the Champions League with Liverpool. I seen a comment earlier for Corvo, and I agree with him. If it wasn't for him and Reece Williams when they had a barrage of injuries, at the time, I think they wouldn't have made the Champions League. What I like about Nat Phillips is he's very aggressive. He's tough. He's very, very strong. He's quick over a certain distance. And he's very composed as well, Ryan. If any's only aware of how good he is with the ball, go and type him into YouTube and just type in Nat Phillips Cruyff turn and see what he done to big Zlatan and Frank Kessie when he was playing with Liverpool against AC Milan in the Champions League. And this is the San Siro, by the way. And he sent it to him for chips and gravy. Honestly, the two of them were bewildered by what was going on. He actually made Van Dijk look like Effie Ambrose when he done it. That's how good the turn is. Honestly, and this is live play. Like that's what I'm saying. He's top quality. He's experienced. He's experienced the Premier League. He's played games with Liverpool in the Champions League. He's played. He played with Bournemouth. And what I was reading earlier on is a lot of the Liverpool fans aren't happy that the fact that he's come up here, albeit in the main for a short period of time to have it then reassessed. Should they want to have him back, or are they willing to leave him out for the rest of the season with us? And I was just coming to hear it, Corvo. He can ping a ball as well. He can zip passes about. And Stephen, how are we, mate? Good on you. Thanks for joining us. Put your money in Nat Phillips to score on Sunday. That would just be like the thing, I think, Stephen. But we're a family show, Stephen, so we don't actually promote gambling on here, mate. So thanks very much for your input, mate. That was nice. I take it you'll not be commenting again. Thanks, mate. Cheers. Thanks for your support, mate. Thank you.
We don't promote gambling, but
we don't promote gambling. We promote Ryan's OnlyFans and, as I call it, only cans.
Only cans, aye.
And 10, mate, he talks about, he goes into depth talking about ham shanks and jam rolls and
double denims.
Double denim. Danny Fahiri, he loves a buffet, so Danny joins him later on and they get right into depth for our gammon steaks and all that. And
sausage rolls, stuff like
obviously, Ryan on camera shows Danny how to put that kind of stuff to good use without actually cooking it. So I would say Ryan's a 10 version of Gordon Ramsay. Definitely. And what other like types of food groups, etc. you can do things with. That's Ryan's your man for that, Stephen, if you're interested, mate. But again, mate, cheers for your comment. The boy Palmer, I said it earlier on, I quickly touched on it, was he's a dead ball specialist. He's got that sort of Jota-esque in him, mate. He can skin you. I've watched videos of him, Ryan. I know he can do it. Same as I watched videos of Jota, and before Jota came to Celtic, I knew Jota was going to be a massive hit. You can just tell a player, mate, when you see him. He's finishing, the boy Palmer's finishing's unbelievable as well. There was one he cat, I don't know if you've seen it, Ryan. The ball comes out and he's at the back, sort of back post, to the opposite side. The boy's in the, what we would say, the far right. Boy crosses the ball. I think a big defender, he does it back on a backward header, comes up, bang. But he scalps it on a volley about that half a deck. And it's like a low drive, but he's at a side angle, and the ball goes like right into the roof of the net. His accuracy is unbelievable. And as I said, he can hit a dead ball. Some of his free kicks are unbelievable. If you go and watch some of his videos, folks, he scored for the corner flag, like catching the goalie unaware, and he just crosses. It's as if he feigns a cross, puts that much swerve on it, the dip and the power, beats the goalkeeper and goal. And he's one of those players, I think, guys, that Rodgers was speaking about, guys and girls, that Rodgers was, chatting about and tell him, the way the Celtic team's missing a sort of match winner, a sort of, a guy when, I'll give you examples, like when you're playing Kilmarnock at Rugby Park and they've maybe got a back five sitting on their 18-yard box, and that game we played them there in the Cup, we were just unable to get anything going in the final third that day. Well, this boy can take the ball and run at people and draw fouls and go by people, set something up, create a yard for maybe Kyogo to make a darting move, or maybe Abada on the far end, or even Yang to find that wee bit of space and trickery to then, get by. So, no, I'm very impressed so far with the recruitment. And again, there is one man I want to mention, folks, that I feel as if our supporters have just shunned the guy and nobody's speaking about him. As Marco Tellio. It's as if people forgot that he's here. He's another player that I know it's an old cliche, and that he is going to be like a new signing for us. I know he's not a new signing because he signed a while ago, but when he gets going, he'll be like a new signing for us. Again, we're led to believe he's real quality. And obviously, again, similar to, Scott McDonald gave a glowing report of him. He's up there with Paddy Roberts, if not better, was Scott McDonald's words. Again, folks, you can be dubious to that as well, because obviously we're led to believe it was Henrik Larsson that put Mo Bangura onto Celtic as well. And but yeah, Kevin, I'm just about to come to that as well. Another biggie for the weekend, Ryan. I think you mentioned earlier about maybe another striker coming in the window. I think a big bonus for this team, mate, and having that option is Big O is back among the squad, and again, is one of the boys I know, he's not missed a lot of football, so it's not as if he's going to be miles off it. Or am I boring you, mate? Sorry,
It's been a long day, mate. It's been a long day.
Long day. I thought maybe Kevin thinks you're on mute now. You're not. Trust me. Even this system couldn't mute him. Honestly, Kevin, you've no idea, mate. Honestly, but again, obviously, we were going to obviously touch on Sunday, but obviously time's going on now. We'll maybe touch on it like briefly. We're not going to be able to do it the way we wanted to, but again, as you said, it's been a long day. There's other things happened today, so but no, I think overall, mate, I'm really happy. And then obviously I've watched. I've been able to do. I've sent you a couple. You've maybe not seen them yet, but the boy Paolo Bernardo. It looks like that's going to be a done deal, and that's going to go over the line. He just looks exceptional. For me, he just looks like, he kind of looks like Jota, bit in the middle of the park. He's Tom Rogic. He's a big, tall lad and can be quite physical, but his feet are unbelievable. And honestly, and again, you don't come through Benfica's academy if you're minging or words to that effect. But he just looks really, really good, Ryan. And I really think that the best thing, that wee injection of quality could just spark this Celtic team, mate. Could just, guys like Callum McGregor and Joe Hart and the big players, Alistair Johnston, and see when you bring guys like that, Nat Phillips and the boy Palma, and you add the boy Bernardo, and then you start getting your injuries back, and then even you add the injection of quality line. One or two players like Matt O'Reilly, and they take notice, mate, very quickly. Okay, all right, hold on, and then they step up a gear because it's right. I need to wake up here, otherwise there's somebody here going to, because Rio Hatati's going to be fit after Sunday, and ready to go between the international break, and then when we come back after that, I think players like Matt O'Reilly, etc., they take notice. David Turnbull even, oh no, am I going to boot the team here? What's going to happen? And again, mate, it just the levels, you start to see the levels starting to keep up again. But it's only that. It's the beginning of the season, mate. It's probably natural that the team are, playing a new way, a new strategy, playing the way, Rodgers wants us to play. And as I say, mate, I seen Bev commenting on it earlier, mate. It's only inevitable that this team will get better. We know these players are far better than what they're showing at the moment.
Yep.
And I think Sunday's a great start for us to find that next gear, mate, that we've no yet seen.
It's good to get obviously Lowe back on the bench, because I'm guessing so he'll be on the bench. It'll be good to get him back on the bench, and an option if we do go well in front and Kyle needs to rest, or if we're not doing very well, which I hope not, we get an option to bring on the bench. I think Sunday's a big game for both teams, not just obviously both teams. It's a massive game. Yeah. Obviously they've lost a game. We have obviously drew at weekend there, so wasn't great performance-wise. Wasn't great against Kilmarnock. Aberdeen game was okay. Still won away from home. And the game against Ross County was okay. We've not been a free-flowing best yet, so I'm hoping, put it this way, JP, there's not a bigger game in Scotland to go and put a statement out there to say that Celtic are still Celtic. Nothing's changed. We're still going to be the top dogs, and to put a wee marker down for the season as well, because obviously if we win, and then I think it puts us 4 points clear, I'm sure. But is that right, or is it 6 points?
4.
Aye. So
we drew the weekend, sorry.
That's right, aye.
Back to a point now.
So again, it's a wee bit it's not a cushion, but it's a wee bit of advantage right away, because the next few weeks there'll be Champions League games, Europa League, so there could be a wee game or two where one of the teams slip up.
Corvo's doing well here, mate. He's managed to fit, because Nat Phillips, his missus, is Liam Gallagher's daughter. And Corvo's actually done well in the last 15 minutes alone, mate, where he's managed to plug quite a lot of Oasis lyrics and songs into his comments.
Aye. Well, I was going to say about some U2. I hope you can stand by me, make it a beautiful day. You know what I mean? But no, I think on Sunday, I do think, obviously, for the first time in a long time.
I'm looking for more people to come on here, mate, and I still haven't found what I'm looking for yet.
Aye. That's because
I'll tell you what, I won't do it, Ryan, with or without you, mate.
And that's no, you won't, because I live forever. But no, I do feel that for the first time in a wee while, JP, I think I'm not saying
hurry up, it's nearly your half 10 show, mate. We need to do this next bit, Supersonic, come on.
I'm not saying that we're the underdogs, but there's a wee bit of me on that they're going to be the ones to go and take the mantle, and they're the ones that's going to turn up and overturn us. And even some of our fans have been no really positive, which I don't like to see. I don't see why people are no really looking forward to the game on Sunday. We've not lost a game in the league, but we're still top of the league. Aye, we're not playing great, but we've got a few signs coming in. We'll look a lot stronger than Sunday than we are right now, and what we have been the last 2 or 3 weeks. So they've just been beat 5-1, a damning performance. Very, very hard game to come and get yourself up for in terms of losing the Champions League. No getting that money. Yes, that was Mr. Beale this morning or last night in the flight home. They're coming for a bad performance in PSV, albeit, I know we've had a bit of banter. That's a good PSV team. They probably might have beat us last night on that performance, and we're very, very good. So, as much as we don't obviously like talking about them, you've got to talk about PSV. They are a good team. So, we all knew after the first leg they'd probably no chances. That's a very good PSV team, and that's why you're saying final could be good if that's the way PSV are. So, on the game of Sunday, JP, just a wee quick summary. I do think I'm not going to sit here about score lines, but I'm positive that we're going to get a result. I keep saying, even right now, if obviously it's a question of turning up, that's the question. But if, in my opinion, I always say it, in my opinion, right now, if both teams turn up to the best they can, we win the game, in my opinion. We've got better players still. We've got a better manager. People might say, well, no, I think we have. We've still got a treble winning team there. We've still got players who have got a winning mentality. They've been in big games, big results in these games.
Yeah.
3-0s, 5-1s and stuff. Some of the players are still here. So I'm looking forward to the game, JP. I don't think there's any negativity at all into the game. You've got to go and form goes out the window in these games. 9 times out of 10, it does. So don't know what you feel, mate, but I'm looking forward to it, mate. The positive build-up starts for now. It goes into Sunday. And you'll see JP the first, maybe like a Kilmarnock game, you'll see the first 5 to 10 minutes how we're going to set out. I think if we can have early stages of the ball and we can silence their crowd and the crowd gets on their back, the longer that gets on and longer, so obviously there's no fans for your side. So I think if you get an early goal, JP, you start the game very well, then hopefully that goes on to the game. But you don't want them. I think they will come out guns blazing. They will try and get you early doors. But I think we're good enough, obviously, with the guy signings and stuff, Phillips and stuff, we'll look stronger, mate. I think we'll win the game. I'm very positive. It's a game I think Rodgers has to win because I think... Oh, not win, not lose. Because I think JP, just on what we've heard from fans recently, he's damned in what he does do right and he's damned what he does wrong. I think he has got a lot to prove to people, and I think by winning on Sunday, it will help towards getting some of the fans back on his positive back.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Corville saying we didn't get Beale standing in a bush shouting like Big Pedro. I'm afraid to burst your bubble, mate. We did. Here it's here. There he is.
And he's here.
Michael Beale was in the bush last night, mate, and it wasn't Kate Bush. It wasn't one of Ryan's bushes either.
I don't think he was on one of the. I don't think he was in Amsterdam for that anyway.
Yeah, we definitely had him in the bush, pointing his finger, and I think he was unhappy with Big Salad Dessers last night. I really do. I think he was big Gammon Lammers as well. I think he was
£4.5 million, man.
Gammon Lammers and big Dab Danilo as well. He was as I say, they say we're the ones with the problems as well, you know what I mean? But and I seen a comment for Anjem earlier as well there, and Anjem reckons that Beale, the way he was talking in his, there it's here, and the way Beale was spouting his usual crap earlier, you think the Tick haven't scored all season since the league started. Sad thing, and he actually believes it. I actually reckon that guy thinks they're above us in the league. Do you know that? I think that's how his brain works. It's bizarre. It really, really is. How the game will go at the weekend, mate, I'll take care of it. I think they're the home team, so I think their fans would expect them to come out and get after us. What will help us is the fact that they're going to press us. What will not help them is last night all I heard was they struggled to play against a team with width. They're going to bin for a tough Friday and Sunday, and I'm afraid because we're a team that plays with width. But now we've got somebody in Palma who can give you that wee bit of cutting edge, who isn't frightened to cut inside and let one loose. I mean the ball, by the way, but shooting, I'm not meaning like something else. I know how people think on here, but Definitely. I really do think.
I think me and you have turned people's heads in on
I
this
think so,
chat,
mate.
mate.
Aye. I think a few. But some people are like Corvo. I mean, he's sitting there asking us to go let it out and stuff. So he's kind of he wants us to continue going, mate, and we've not to look back in anger apparently. So it's definitely one of the ones. But no, mate. Like I said to you before, we've just got to roll with it, mate, and we'll just get on with it, and that's how it goes. But the fortunate thing for Sunday is it's a chance for us to bring in the new players and give the squad a boost. Give the squad a boost. Last night, obviously, big backstick Barisic had to come off, and big Bobby Boucher. I think I've got a word in my ear now. It wasn't an injury. It was just that one of their fans put up a photo of Abada saying he's coming to get you on Sunday, and he's like, I need to get off. I need to get out of here. And we've all seen before. Obviously, some of you are maybe new to this. We've all seen before what what happens when Abada runs it. Barisic, Barisic takes a wee seat mid game, and before you know it, it's a goal. But I think I think they're in trouble. That's down that side. I think they're two guys, him and Tavernier. They can't defend for Toffee. They couldn't keep Wayne's out of close. Um, I actually think the two boys in the middle. You talk about Big Goldson. Um, I think last night his goal was like a striker's goal. I actually didn't know he could multitask. I really didn't. I didn't know he could do it. You know, last season he was a goalkeeper for them. This season he's probably better than the £13 million that was spent on the strikers because that was some goal. And big Butterfingers Butland, he was scrambling for it. It reminded me of Chad Uri and Big Fraser Foster, Ryan. Remember that one? Eric Renz. That's what it kind
They
of
just
reminded
started
me.
laughing.
I actually was hoping that the PSV would have played the street song, Dry Your Eyes, mate, once the game had finished. Because that was that to put the icing on the cake. But Ryan, see, to be honest, Sunday's going to look after itself, mate. I can't really, because it's Thursday now, mate, I can't really tell you what chances of the Celtic team's going to be. What Again, mate, because of what's happened today with the Champions League draw and it's the end of the English transfer window tonight as well, and other things that have happened with us today, I've not really had a chance to think about that properly. Um, and obviously, the the game on Sunday again will take care of itself, mate. I really think the game on Sunday is a chance for Celtic to first of all bounce back with goals. I think there could be goals in the game. Hoping it's obviously more for us than it is for them. But again, mate, it's a chance for us to put right what we've not been able to do in the last couple of games, which is get a performance out of the players. And if we set our stall up properly and we don't do anything silly in terms of losing silly possession in areas that saying that you're not going to get unless they're triggering it for the 7 or 8, then again they would need to play Matondo for the beginning because the guys that they've got um, up front, I've seen the three of them play, and none of them can press their trousers. So you're a wee bit early if you're half 10 showing me to be taking us into other rooms. You behave yourself. But no, as I said, the guys that they've got up front is like they couldn't press their trousers. So they're no going to chase us or make us, panic in any way. So again, if I was playing the ball across the back line, is keeping possession and stuff and getting forward that way, then I just hope we can do it and do it efficiently, and we're not getting the ball away, because again, I don't see how the trouble is. They'll no trouble us for the 9 or the 10, because they're, unless what they're going to do is change it, and their 10 would need to become a. They'd actually probably need to play with a false 9. There you go. To trouble us that way, because they're not going to be able to press us. Their press has got to be a mid press. Because Dessers can't run. He can't run like that for 90 minutes. He just can't do it. He can get so far and put his body in, but he's not going to be able to press that for 90 minutes. You're not going to get the same work rate off him as you would have Kyogo or Maeda, if Maeda even starts. Plenty of options there as well for Brendan, but as I say, Cantwell's probably their main runner for midfield. He's the one that can get about the pitch. Cheesy Raskins as well. He can cover some good areas again, but he's no. I potentially don't see the best in that boy. I see a comment there saying Roof will start for them. I think
you might.
It could be a shout, but again, it shows you where they are in terms of they've spent £13 million on a strike force. And they're going to play a guy he's got a bigger injury list than Dirk Barigter. In fact, I would compare his note to Dirk Barigter's note, and I would imagine that Roof's is more like a Bible compared to Dirk Barigter's. And I thought Dirk Barigter's medical charts were thick, mate. I really did. But again, mate, I don't want to take up a lot more time. So who knows what Sunday's got in store, mate. I think I think it's a very good chance for us to get back to winning ways, first and foremost. We've not done that in the last 2 games.
Yep.
And also it's a chance for the new starts to maybe come in and show us what they can do early doors, especially a game of that magnitude. You're away from home, and we don't have any fans in as well, and and the game's been televised all over the world, so I think it's a big game for quite a lot. But what I will say is, if they don't beat us, I'm not saying we need to win that for this to happen. I think if they don't beat us, their manager's going to be under for a lot of scrutiny, mate. I think he's potentially going to be under pressure. I seen somebody saying, will Brendan Rodgers be under pressure? No, he won't. Because right now, Celtic still sit top of the league at the moment. Depending if we were to lose on Sunday, it would depend on the magnitude and the way we lost. I believe this Celtic team should be still good enough to go there and make a very good account of ourselves. And I'm saddened to see that even a lot of our fans, the guys that I know, have written us off already. And they're kind of giving us no chance. And usually when that happens, this is when normally a Celtic team normally come bouncing right out of the traps and prove it wrong. And I hope that's on Sunday. I think there's a chance for Kyogo to show what he can do again as well. And a couple of guys are saying he's went off a boil and stuff, and he's this and he's that. In my opinion, it's nonsense. I just think these guys are going through a wee spell at the moment where the games just haven't went their way. But I think there's a chance for them to rectify that on Sunday, mate. I really, really do.
Aye, like you said, I won't keep people too long, yourself too long, mate. Sunday's a massive game, mate, to rectify the last 2 games and put a performance on, put a bit of positivity back into the fan group. I don't see why you would write your team off. It's a derby game. We're still top of the league. We're still some of the same players. We're going to add to the quality, so you've got to, in my opinion, be positive in the game. I've never been. The only time I was negative about the games was maybe the last 1 or 2 of the 10 season, when you're thinking, right, just can I get the season done? But even then, if Scott Brown turned up, McGregor turned up, Edward turned up, Ayer turned up, you still thought you'd go and win the game, even though we weren't playing well. In my opinion, JP, if the 2 teams turn up to their best, Celtic should be winning the game. We have got the best players. The last 11 to 12 season have shown that. So all in all, mate, I'm looking forward to the game. hoping we came out on Monday and we're all buzzing. Sunday night we're all buzzing. The draw's been good taste, no good taste, but it's been kind taste compared to what it could have been. Hopefully some 1 or 2 more signings to the end of the window tomorrow, and then we look forward to the game on Sunday. Mate, I'm looking forward to it. I know you are. Hopefully the fans are. Back the manager, back the team, no more negativity, all positive from now on in, and we just try and push on the league and hopefully do well in Europe.
Yeah, I think you've summed it up really, really well, mate. I don't think there's much there for me to add to that at all. Just the fact that, again, I'm the same as you, mate. I'm confident when Celtic take to the field, mate. I really am. I think my fancies against anybody. Just on that note, Aberdeen have lost the game tonight 3-1, and therefore they drop into Europa Conference group stage. Hard lines for Aberdeen. I thought last week with them drawn 2-each, was a very good chance at Pittodrie. But again, they're up against the Swedish champions that probably lost early stages of their Champions League qualifying, and then obviously they drop into the Europa League. So again, hard lines to Aberdeen. Obviously Hearts, they get walloped 4-0 earlier on as well, so hard lines to them as well. And yeah, but like I said before, Ryan, Champions League's not for everybody, mate.
No, it's certainly not, mate.
No, it's definitely not. It's tough at the top, mate. It really is. It's tough at the top. But again, I want to thank everybody that's joined us tonight. Thank you, everybody, for your comments as well.
Yep.
I know we've not managed to get through everybody's comment. Again, with myself and Ryan, well, sorry, I'll rephrase that, with Ryan chatting away. It's obviously quite hard for me to put up everybody's comment as well. But as I said, again, it's uncharted waters for us tonight. It's a Thursday, obviously, because of some circumstances we weren't on last night. Barry Bannon was unable to join us tonight as well due to other circumstances. He is okay, but obviously some family circumstances. He was unable to come on tonight. I'm on tomorrow night, and I'm flying solo. So I'll be back on at the usual time of 8:30. And again, guys, this will probably be more to do with, the end of the transfer window, and, I'll touch on a wee bit of the game on Sunday. If there's been any more transfer business, anything at all for anyone as well. And I'll be on chatting about the finale last couple of hours of the fantastic auction we've had ongoing from the beginning of August. It's still ongoing. If anybody wants to bid, please do so before the close, and the deadline is midnight tomorrow. So anyone want to buy Mr. Barry Bannon's boots that he's gave us to auction off, guys, please get in contact with us ASAP. They're there. And the signature is obviously Baz himself. Best wishes, he said as well. And on Saturday morning, guys, we will announce the winner. And we will do that via the community section of the YouTube. I know some of you don't have social media because you've told us. If you can get a member of your family to check, we will put the announcement of the winner on our social media pages: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. So if you can get a member of family, it's on one of them to come and check. If you want to check up, now it'll be Saturday morning. I would say maybe after 12. Once we manage to get everything sorted. So we will announce it then. Anybody want to bid for Bazzy's boots, please do so before midnight tomorrow, Friday the 1st of September. At midnight, the bidding will close. It was supposed to be tonight, but because we promised at the beginning that we would wait till the end of the Scottish transfer window. So it was my fault. So we will extend it till tomorrow night. The bidding just now, folks, is sitting at £560. So if anybody wants to bid, please do so via any one of the platforms that we are on. You can do it through the community section of this, all you need to do is click on the wee icon, takes you into that. You'll see the option. You can click on the last thing it was posted. You can leave a comment, and we will reply to you right away. Or you can message us in any one of the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok as well. And again, we will reply to you as soon as we see your message. Before I go, I want to announce as well that the Celtic Unrestricted View guys have still got merchandise for sale. We still have these fantastic things here. So merchandise in terms of mugs, and the mugs are printed with vinyl. You've got the crest there, and on the other side, guys, you've got the Celtic Unrestricted View podcast logo. These are selling at £5, guys. Okay, and again, they're selling quite fast, so I would get in fast if you want to get them. How to do that? Again, any one of the above platforms that we're on, the community section on the YouTube channel, or Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok. We're also selling these guys. These are £1.50, these key rings. As you can see, it's the YouTube banner that's on one side, and on the other side, again, it's our fantastic logo. So anybody want to purchase any of these, please get in contact with us ASAP. Again, guys, we've got an event, live event and it's an afternoon with Chris Sutton. He's our guest. We're hosting that on the 9th of September from 12:30 in the afternoon to 4:30. And it's in bar 1888, the old Turnstiles bar in Glasgow on the London Road, just next to Celtic Park. So anyone wishing to come along, the link's in the description of this, and I've put it on the comment section as well. I will try and put it up again for you if I can. Yep, there we go. So I've put it in again, guys. So anybody at all want to get along to that, all you need to do is click on the link. The tickets are £20, guys. For your £20, you get to see Chris Sutton, listen to about 3-4 hours worth of him chatting about his time as a footballer and with Celtic. You're also getting a meet and greet as well. So you get to meet Chris and get a photo with him as well, folks. And then after that, you're getting some entertainment from Alan and Pat from the band Shabin, live in the pub. And all of that, as I said, from 12 to 4:30 with Chris himself, and then Shabin from 5 until 7. Ryan, what a day, mate.
Yeah, like you says, mate. Also, Alan and Pat for being a very good mate as well. So that's a corker, end of the night show, mate. So obviously, Chris been there's fantastic, mate. He's not just a good football player, he was a phenomenal football player, and he is class in my opinion as a Celtic legend of what he done at the club. And I know the term legend gets thrown about a lot. He is a legend to me. He's an idol. Kind to watch these guys, mate. They gave you so much joy and took us through that European run and titles and trebles. So came against Juventus, that volley, phenomenal. There's loads of things that you could talk to them about, mate. So I'm really looking forward to it. Hope you can all get along. It will be a fantastic afternoon. What a great weekend! It's like a weekend going to see Chris Sutton, Alan and Pat for been, and then enjoy the rest of your weekend. And it's a fantastic Celtic weekend. Obviously, no Celtic that weekend, but hopefully Scotland get us out that weekend as well. And it's all rosy, mate. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, you can all get along. And also, thanks for tuning tonight. I know. Obviously, the way me and JP talk, we do go through a lot, and there's a lot of detail and stuff we go through. It is free content for you. We don't charge a penny. Everything that you do for us, liking, sharing, commenting, it all helps us to get the podcast out there. So please share away, follow the socials, subscribe to the podcast, share as much as we can. It helps us and it helps you guys get more content. There's loads of guests coming through as well. The more you subscribe, the more you chat to us, the more you share, the more that can be possible. So thanks for support and hopefully it continues.
Yeah, and stay tuned as well, folks. There will be more announcements coming up and over the next couple of days, hopefully. I've got a wee announcement, hopefully, in the next day or two for you about an up-and-coming guest very, very soon. Out with Chris Sutton, by the way. It just keeps getting better for us. And as Ryan says, it's because you guys are taking an interest to subscribe and to share among the Celtic family. But sads me to say this, And I know some of you will love listening to Ryan's dulcet tones and him battering on all night. He should have actually just come on his cell tonight. That'd have been a good idea, I think. But again, guys, a massive hail from me. All the best, guys, as we gear towards the weekend. And have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow. Hail.
Take care. Hail.